What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing another tier ranking list here on tiermaker.com. We're going to be going down every movie from the year 2009 from S all the way to F. There are a ton of movies that I have not seen, and a lot of them most people don't know, but there's some big ones like 9 is in there. I think Black Dynamite was decently big that year. I'm not gonna lie. I remember that for some reason. District 9, the infamous Dragon Ball movie, Drag Me to Hell, which is Sam Raimi. Fanboys. Imagine that was an Eddie Murphy movie. Julie and Julia, My Sister's Keeper. Some big ones. Watchmen, Transformers, X-Men. So, there's a lot in there that I've just never gotten to see. So, moving on to the stuff I have seen. Let's get into it. So, 17 again, which is the Zac Efron and Matthew Perry remake. We're going to put this in mid. I feel like this movie is just mid. I have it on DVD. I remember when it came out, watching it on DVD from Blockbuster. And it's a good movie. It's just not anything special to me. 2012, though. I think 2012 is an S tier movie for 2009. All right? Mainly because 2012 was like the big thing. It's like the world's going to end in 2012. And, I forget what company made 2012. If it was Columbia? Was it Columbia Pictures? But they got Roland Emmerich to direct it. And it was just wonderful. Fantastic movie. Some people thought it was stupid and weird, but I loved it. I thought it was an awesome movie, and now I get to sit there and look at it and tell my nieces and nephews and someday hopefully children and then grandchildren about, I lived through 2012, and I'll show them that movie. They'll be like, holy shit. I'll be like, yup, you know me. I'm cool. And they'll have, no idea that I'm lying until they're older. And then they'll just think of me as a pathological liar. But that's okay, because we're moving on from 2012. 500 Days of Summer. This is a movie that, I'm sorry, it's mid. I got this movie on DVD maybe a year ago, from a thrift store. $2. I was like, I've heard good things. I can't get into it. So it's very much mid for me. It's like I watched it once, and it's like, all right, if it's ever on TV again, maybe I'll watch it, and maybe I'll enjoy it, maybe I'll pay attention to it, but it's just like I don't care for it all that much. A Christmas Story, Disney's A Christmas Story with Jim Carrey. This movie also very mid, which actually upsets me because I enjoy Jim Carrey quite a bit, and it's also Robert Zemeckis, and I love Zemeckis for, Back to the Future. But it is what it is. The movie was okay. It's just, it's not something I grew up with. It's not something I care about and watch every December for Christmas. Actually, I've only ever seen it once, and it was this past December. So, I just going into it, could not get into the movie. The animation, it was like, that weird time where they were trying to make animation look different, like 3D animation, and make it look cool, but it wasn't there yet, so it looked weird as hell. That's where it was, and it just looked odd. But Adventureland, I'm gonna put Adventureland in B tier. I've seen Adventureland maybe 3 or 4 times, and it's a nice movie. You sit back, kind of just relax. You don't have to really think while watching it. Looking at the 5 movies that I have ranked so far, it's funny because 3 of them, 17 again, 500 Days of Summer, and Adventureland, I have them all on DVD, and I didn't get them from there, but they all have the Blockbuster case. Like, you know how at Blockbuster it used to get locked and they'd have that little yellow lock go through the side, and it was a Blockbuster case. So it's funny that all 3 of them are from a Blockbuster, and I like to think that I brought those movies together from different places around where I live, and they're all just sitting on the same shelf now, and they're like, hey, you're from Blockbuster. Oh my god, yeah, so are you. Like we're all, oh my god. I'm weird, but like it's funny to think like that. Maybe maybe it's the ADHD. I'm not too sure. But moving on, Aliens in the Attic. This movie was awesome growing up. I'm going to put it in B tier just because growing up I used to love Aliens in the Attic. It was just like really awesome to watch. I have it on DVD, and I haven't watched it in maybe 3 years now, but I would love to give it another watch. And who knows? Maybe now that I'm older, it's not B tier anymore. Maybe it drops to C. Who knows? Maybe the nostalgia hits so hard that I'm like S tier, man. But like, we're gonna put it in B tier just because, from my childhood standpoint, I don't remember it to the point where it's like embedded in my brain, but it's like it's there, and I remember it, and I enjoy it. I remember the blonde-haired dude who plays Elvis now, right? Or not? No, like that. That's crazy to me. He's Elvis in the new Elvis movie, but I remember him as like the main, one of the main characters. So it's just like, I don't know. It's weird, but it's a good movie. Move on. After Aliens in the Attic, we have Astro Boy, which I saw in theaters, and I was like, I can't get behind this movie. I did not enjoy it all that much. We're gonna put it mid tier because it's been a long time since I've seen it. I don't want to be that asshole that puts it in F if it doesn't deserve it. So we're gonna put it in mid tier. Avatar. I, for the longest time, never watched Avatar, and I finally got to it earlier this year. I'm putting it in B tier. Avatar, like, all right, I understand for most people it's S tier for ever or whatever. Especially 2009. It was like the highest grossing movie of all time for a long time, but it wasn't ever like that for me. I didn't watch it in 2009. Therefore, I do not have the memory of it being incredible in the year 2009. You know what I mean? And so, I'm sitting here in 2022 watching it on my TV, and it's like, I do not understand the hype from over a decade ago. And it's like, you know, it is what it is. It's for me, it's a B, and that's what we're doing here. It's my ranking. It's not like I'm ranking it based on their Rotten Tomatoes score, because geez, I'm sure 2012 would be a C to a D, because Rotten Tomatoes are rude. Bruno, oh god, what is it? Same dude that does Borat. What's his name? Sacha Baron Cohen. Friggin', this movie is mid tier at best. Bruno, I've seen it a couple times. It's just not as good as some of his other stuff. I find Borat to be his best character, but he's also got the Ali G show. He had, what is it, The Dictator, which I enjoyed more than Bruno. Not by much, but Bruno, probably one of his less, my less favorite of his. But Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. We're going to put it in B tier. All right, I remember Cloudy with a Chance being big when I was a little kid. In 2009, I was 10 years old. And I remember this coming out, and I was like, wow, this is an interesting concept. And I remember watching it on DVD maybe a year after it released at my friend's house. There was like 4 of us. We were watching it. And it's like, okay, it's enjoyable. It's just not like insane, you know? But yeah, moving on to Coraline, a movie that everyone loves, and I say is mid-tier at best. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen Coraline, but with TikTok being big with the whole, the thing where they're like talking about taking the eyes or whatever, and they're like, you could never take my eyes or whatever, and they offer them something and they come back, you know? It's like, I don't know. People are like, oh my god, Coraline, it's my favorite thing in the comments section under those videos. And I'm just like, really? That's the movie you want to say is your favorite? I don't know. It's just, maybe I need to rewatch it. Maybe I'm an idiot. Maybe my brain wasn't developed in 2009. And so I'm ranking good movies low. Who knows? But Couples Retreat, this, again, mid-tier movie. Vince Vaughn. It's not anything crazy, you know? I have this on DVD. I've watched it twice in the last 5 years. Um, it's just whatever, you know. Fantastic Mr. Fox, again, I can't get behind it. It's just, it's okay. I don't know. People, again, love Fantastic Mr. Fox, and I'm just not a big fan. Who knows? Maybe 2009, um, I was just so into, like, football, my Philadelphia Eagles, like the NFL, like American football, and pro wrestling, like the WWE. I just wasn't into movies. Who the heck knows? But Friday the 13th, 2009. I love slasher movies. I love Friday the 13th. We're putting it in A tier. That's the first A tier. There's a lot of issues with this movie that at first I agreed with, but over time I've come to love and accept this movie, and that it was a very good remake of Friday the 13th, especially when you look at the Nightmare on Elm Street reboot that came out in 2010. Yikes. So it's just like, I feel like Friday the 13th, 2009 is a very strong rebooted film. So yeah. We've got Funny People. This is one of Adam Sandler's, more serious roles. He's got what's I don't even remember who else is in this movie with him. Who is it? Seth Rogen and I can't remember the female lead. What is her name? I cannot remember her name to save my life, but she's a very fantastic actress. I'm gonna put Funny People in A tier. The movie's a little too long to be S tier. I feel like if they cut off maybe 20, 30 minutes, the movie would have been a lot better. But it is a nonetheless fantastic film, and it shows a lot of, like, the reality behind being a comedic presence in Hollywood. And, it's like, you could be funny as hell, but you could also be angry and depressed and mad at the world. And it really was, it was a very good movie. And I've gone back to it multiple times because it's fun to watch Adam Sandler in a very serious role. But moving on to G-Force. I remember seeing this in the movie theaters. This movie is mid-tier. It's okay. I've only seen it once or twice. I saw it in theaters, and I remember watching it on Disney Channel at one point, a couple years later. But I don't have it on DVD or Blu-ray. I don't, I've never watched it on Disney Plus. I don't care for it. It just kind of exists. So that's G-Force. Moving on, Ghosts of Girlfriends Past. I watched this earlier this year, and again, it's like mid-tier. I could watch it. I enjoyed it. It's an okay movie, but it's nothing special. And that really seems to be a massive thing here in 2009. But Halloween 2. Oh, finally, our first F. Guys, I hate Halloween 2. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Should I put that in there? The original Halloween 2 from, 1981? Was fantastic. Fantastic movie. Halloween 2 via Rob Zombie was tragic. Rob Zombie is either a hit or a miss. I think I've said that before. And if I had to choose out of Friday the 13th and Halloween 2 from 2009, Friday the 13th wins it every single time for me. Some people really enjoy the Rob Zombie Halloween movies. I just don't. I can't get behind them. So, the Hannah Montana movie. Yo, say what you want, but this is a B tier movie. Alright? I remember watching Hannah Montana as a little kid on Disney Channel and thinking, yo, Hannah is so cool, dude. And then you have, what was his name? The little dude, Rico, the show was so good. And then the movie, it shows her going back to her, where her family is and all that stuff. And she exposes that Miley is Hannah in front of everyone from her hometown. And it's like, please keep it a secret. Leave it between us or else the magic is gone. I want to live my life normally. I don't want to, and I think it's a really good movie. Like, for a Disney Channel show to be put into a movie, they really put their work into it. So B tier. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, S tier. S tier. This movie, to this day, I tear up watching this movie. Fantastic movie. It's a Harry Potter movie. What do you want from it? It's one of the greatest franchises of all time. So, S tier, of course. Hotel for Dogs, this is a guilty pleasure. It's A tier. This is a massive guilty pleasure. Alright? Because, Emma Roberts is an awesome actress. I loved her when I was growing up because my sister would force me to watch Aquamarine every day. Not to mention she was in Unfabulous on Nickelodeon, which no one seems to remember but me. But it is an awesome show. And then, Jake T. Austin from Wizards of Waverly Place plays her brother in the movie. And it's just like, wow, this is my childhood right here. And it's a good one. And not to mention there were books, and I think there were sequels. Like the books, there were sequels of them, of the original Hotel for Dogs, and I remember reading them. And so, like, if this movie was good enough to get me to read the books, that's pretty shocking. Like, that's good. All right, so it's been a long time since I've seen this movie. It's called I Love You, Man, and it's Paul Rudd and Jason Segel. And from what I remember, it's okay, but I'm gonna just throw it mid-tier just because it's been quite a few years. Ice Age 3 Dawn of the Dinosaurs is B tier. It's a very it's a good movie. It's just not as good as The Meltdown. So yeah, Ice Age 3. I remember seeing this in theaters actually, and I thought it was an interesting take on there being dinosaurs frozen underneath the ice. It was interesting. It kind of just expanded the world in a very big sense. Just like every Ice Age movie does. So it was a solid third film. Inglourious Bastards. I've only ever seen it once, and it was late last year. I think it was last year. A tier. Inglourious Bastards. For the longest time, I was thinking this movie's a little odd, you know. And it's just like, I don't know if I love this movie. And then the very end with everything coming together, I was just like, God damn, you know. I was like, this is wonderful. So A tier for sure. I have no idea what Invictus is. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I forgot to put it over there. It's complicated. It's kind of just mid tier. I'm not gonna lie. It's not that complicated because it's mid tier. Medea Goes to Jail. I've never seen a more mid tier movie in my life. Medea Goes to Jail. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but basically just about every Medea movie is mid tier. Monsters vs. Aliens. I would put it in B tier. I didn't love it, but it's something you could go back and watch multiple times because it's just like from your childhood, you know what I mean? Especially if you're my age. It's from your childhood and it's just like, oh wow, like simpler times, man, simpler times. Night at the Museum, The Battle of the Smithsonian. Guys, I love the Night at the Museum movie. I would put Battle of the Smithsonian at B tier though. The sequel was good, but it wasn't as incredible as the first one, and it is what it is, you know. But it's a nonetheless good movie. Orphan. This movie, I had nightmares as a little kid about Orphan. I'm putting Orphan in S tier. You know, it might not be like an incredible movie, but it's a movie that I have never gotten completely out of my head. Just because it's about this little girl that they adopt, this couple adopts, and it ends up that she's not a little girl at all. She's a grown-ass woman, and it's just insane. It is insane. And apparently it's like based on a true story or some shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, how does that even happen? How do you allow that to happen? I don't know. Mind-boggling. Oh, Paul Blart Mall Cop, S tier. I don't want to fucking hear it. All right? I don't want to hear it. Zip your lips and listen to me. All right? Mall Cop is 2009. All right? When you think of the year 2009, you think of, you know, oh, what happened in 2009? Well, We got the 2012 movie. Oh, Harry Potter was still coming out. That's pretty cool. And Mall Cop. Mall friggin' Cop. Mall Cop was the comedy. All right? Take any comedy that happened in 2009 and they are lower tier than Mall Cop. Now, has it aged wonderfully? No. But if you saw it in 2009 when it released, it was a masterpiece. This movie was insane. All right, if you don't love Mall Cop, there's something wrong with you. This movie was wonderful. Now, we don't speak of its sequel because that never happened. but Mall Cop is chef's kiss. Move on to Planet 51. Yeah, this is a mid-tier movie. Really, I'm shocked. There's no D's or E's yet. But Planet 51 I remember seeing in the movie theaters as a little kid, and it's mid-tier, for sure. Race to Witch Mountain, I'm going to say it. I feel like this is also mid-tier. And just not an impressive film. What is it, Saw 6? God. Yeah, Saw 6 is mid-tier. This is kind of the end of Saw. There was 7 Saw films. And, I'm pretty sure Saw 5 I put in B tier. Saw 6 is where things started to, get bad. State of the Play, again, I don't like this movie. We're putting it in D. State of the Play, it's just not my forte, I guess. I don't know. The Blind Side, however, S tier. The Blind Side is insane. This movie might be one of the best sports movies of my time, I don't even know. I'm pretty sure that I forget what movie it was that held the top spot for sports movie. But then Blindside came and fucking wrecked it. Like I can't remember what movie it was. Was it Remember the Titans that held the spot for most money for a sports film? And then Blindside came in and just took it down. But Blindside is just wonderful. And I remember watching it. I got the DVD right before a trip to Maryland to go visit my aunt, I think it was. But it was years ago. Years and years and years ago. And I remember watching it thinking, what if I meet the real Michael Orr? Because at the time, he played for the Baltimore Ravens. My aunt lived in Baltimore. And so I was just like, wow, that would be cool. I never met him, but it was funny, thinking of maybe watching the movie and then seeing the guy. I don't know. Little kid thoughts. What is this? Fast and Furious 4? The Fast and Furious? Ooh, okay. So Fast and Furious 4, we are going to put this in A tier. Because this movie means a lot, actually. Because it brought back the Fast and Furious franchise. And they kind of, they were kind of like, hey, 2 and 3 happened, but not really. And they were like, let's start this over again. And made the franchise good. And that's kind of why Fast and Furious had they started having movies almost every other year or something like that. Because this one really was fantastic. Final Destination. This is the 4th one in the franchise. Yeah, this is my least favorite, I think, isn't it? We're putting it in D tier. Yeah, because this is the one that I'm pretty positive was trash. I think it was. Let me double check to make sure that this is the one that's bad before I go around judging it. Because let's see. Oh god, yeah. Oh yeah. The racetrack? Hell yeah. The one with the racetrack is by far the worst one. Yeah, D tier for sure. Okay. The girl with the dragon tattoo, it's mid-tier. Let's not kill ourselves over this. It's mid-tier. The Hangover. Oh, you know what? The Hangover was a really good comedy. I'm going to put that in S tier as well. Not often that we get two comedies in S tier, but I love Mall Cop, but The Hangover is also a massive movie. The Human Centipede. This movie is actually B tier, but it is so fucked in the head. The Informant, I never seen this movie. I guess I forgot to take it out. The Last House on the Left is mid tier at best. I'm not a fan of the movie. The Last Station, I don't even know what that is. We're moving that. The Lovely Bones. It's been a minute since I've seen it. I'm going to put it in mid tier just because it's been a while. The Men Who Stare at Goats. This movie, I can't get behind it. I really can't. I don't like it. I do not like it at all. It's a D tier movie. The Pink Panther 2, mid tier. Easily mid tier. The Princess and the Frog. I love The Princess and the Frog. I think that Princess and the Frog might be the best modern day Disney animated film. And I know it's not really modern anymore. It's 2009. But like, you know what I mean? Like, it's the new animation style from Disney in the late 2000s that they started to use. It really is just a fantastic movie. The music, the characters, I just love everything about it. And I don't know if it's because there's like a lot of like jazz and voodoo, and because it's all in Louisiana, it's that area, and that stuff is big there, and it's New Orleans, and it's just, that's where all that stuff is big and famous. And I've always been a weird kid that loved the voodoo and ghosts and weird stuff like that. But then jazz is also, it's just nice, you like jazz, like, who knows, it's just, I think that's why I love the movie so much, is that it's got all these elements to it that just make me enjoy it. I don't know, S tier. But The Proposal, whoa, where did I throw that? It's back down here. The Proposal, I feel like The Proposal's A tier comedy. Sandra Bullock, Ryan Reynolds, Betty White, may she rest in peace, the beautiful woman that she was. Fantastic movie. Really, really great. I remember watching this earlier in the year. I have a projector behind me. I don't even know if it's going to be in the camera, but it's to my left. I have that, and it just shines across the whole wall. And I remember watching it right after Betty White passed away. And I remember just thinking to myself, like, damn, like, this was a good movie. Like, she had fire in her, you know what I mean? It was a fantastic watch. Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Squeakquel, S tier. S tier is what I would say if I was lying. This movie is mid tier at best. The Ugly Truth. This movie is mid tier. It's just not that great. I actually just watched it for the first time earlier in the year. Maybe 2 months ago. Up in the Air. This again, mid tier. It's just not that great. Up is S tier. Up, I cry every time watching. S tier. Where the Wild Things Are is mid tier. God, there are just so many mid tier movies from 2009. Year One is a D tier movie. And Zombieland. People don't like Zombieland, but Zombieland was the movie for me in 2009, so that's S tier. So guys, that's all I have for you in this video. If you disagree with my rankings, that's totally okay. I get it, alright? Some people think Halloween 2 from Rob Zombie is S tier. Some people would be wrong. But if you are some people that disagree with the way I rank things, or if there's a movie from 2009 that I haven't talked about, maybe it's down here in the haven't seen section, and you're like, yo, Ed, you gotta go watch this stuff, dude. You gotta go watch Killer Bear Forever, or whatever that says. You gotta go watch it, let me know. Seriously, I'll watch it for you. I'll let you know in the comments where I would put it ranked wise. It really, I'll do it. I don't care. You know, as long as I see the comment, I'll go and do it. I'll make sure eventually I check it out. But yeah, again, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like. And if you're new here and you want to see more stuff just like this, go ahead and subscribe down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.